Welcome to Real Estate Riches, where Kathy Byrnes empowers realtors to achieve the success they've always dreamed of. Starting her career at 55, Kathy built a thriving business that offers the freedom of time and financial independence. And now she's sharing her journey to help others do the same. Whether new to the industry or looking to level up, this channel is your hub for proven strategies, inspiring stories, and the tools you need to grow your real estate business. Join Kathy each week to explore global opportunities, successful systems, and expert insights to take your career to the next level. Get comfortable, pick a video, and start learning. Your journey to success starts now.
Hey everybody, it's Kathy Byrnes here with Real Estate Riches, and I'm here today with my guest Kelvin Harris, and I'm really looking forward to this, and I hope you are too. Hey Kelvin.
Hey Kathy, how are you?
Wonderful. So tell us a little bit about you, your territory you're working in, and how long you've been doing it.
Sure. So my name's Kelvin Harris. I'm a real estate professional with Coldwell Banker Realty here in the DC metro area. So my home office is in Alexandria, Virginia, right in the heart of Old Town. Beautiful location. I actually walk a distance to the Potomac River, and just a great place with walkability, small homes, and high value.
Right.
I've been in real estate this is my 10th year. I started out as what some people used to call a part-time agent, but I've always been a dual career agent. And Coldwell Banker is actually my second brokerage. And I've been with Coldwell Banker about 6 of my 10 years. So been having a great time, got into the business because I kind of fell into it. My wife was in real estate and she was transitioning into new home construction. And my father-in-law is an investor, used to be a builder. My wife had plenty of friends that were buying and selling. And so at the time I had to step up and take over and learn the business. So I started out as her licensed assistant doing just clerical things and going to showings, make sure she was safe and in the business that way. And this is around 2007, 2000.
Oh, yeah.
And so saw the market change. And, we had bought our first investment property at the time. And then that itch became, a second career for me.
Oh, great. That's really interesting. So is it full-time now or are you still split?
So I'm still split, but I tell people I work it like I'm full-time. I give it the same amount of time. So long days, managing your time, I'm not big on time blocking. I probably should be, but I'm big on spending my time wisely. So
Yeah.
in this market, you're always on the road. I'm always driving. I'm making my calls, and I have the flexibility where I'm able to do both.
That's great.
And my primary career, it's been a great career, and it's very rewarding. It doesn't feel like work, and neither does real estate. So I'm just living, having a good time, and helping people at the same time.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And there's a lot of agents out there. There's a difference between a part-time agent who sells 1 or 2 homes a year and a committed part-time agent.
Yes.
You're the flip side. You're the committed one. And there are lots of part-times, and we really don't want you in the business, people.
Yeah. That's tough. I can imagine you can't be current in the business.
You can't.
Understanding the changes in the market, the policies, doing 1 deal a year.
Yeah, it's so true. And the other thing is you're jeopardizing your client's investment. You really are. And it just as a hobby, this ain't no hobby job here.
No, this is a career.
This is a career.
You got to work it like it is. So you have to put in the same amount of time. So I always tell people I have the option. If I get tired of my other job, I don't want to do it anymore. I've already proven to myself that what I can do in real estate. I've made my salary in real estate several times. If I open up even more time, Lord knows how much.
Watch out.
Yeah, watch out. I've been awarded top agent in the area on several occasions here. And one of my brokers told me I've outpaced some, what they say, full-time agents.
Yes.
So I'm licensed in Maryland, DC, Virginia, and Pennsylvania.
Holy cow.
And so keep busy.
Well, it sounds like it. So I asked some questions of everybody before I bring them on. And one of the things that you were talking about is what you do today shows up in 60 to 90 days. I couldn't agree with that more. And that's why you can't take your foot off the pedal. Because if you do, now in 60 to 90 days, there's nothing happening.
Nothing. Yeah, and I learned that not long after I joined Coldwell Banker. As a colleague of mine who's now with Berkshire Hathaway, Giorgio Danso, And he would always say, what you do today shows up 90 days later. And I sat there and I was like, yeah, you're absolutely right. Because I've sat and done nothing. And then there's days I was like, where am I going to get my next deal from?
Right.
So,
Right.
you always hear you eat what you kill. If you're not killing, you're not eating. So I
Right.
have a family that needs to be fed, private school tuition that needs to be paid.
Right.
A
There's
mortgage that needs to be
motivation.
paid. Yeah, so it's motivation. So every day I'm working on my business. I'm working on myself. I'm trying to find ways to generate new business, networking, learning, growing, all those things.
Tell me about what you do for networking.
Absolutely. So I try to attend events around town
Hmm.
that are real estate related. And even if they're not real estate related, one of my casual things I love to do is play basketball. And I
Hmm.
play basketball with a group of guys. Most of us are, you know, most of the group is over 40, but we're a good group between late 20s and 30s, or just starting to buy their first home
Oh.
in different industries. So from social, recreational activities, when we have
Hmm.
moments where we go hang out at the bar one Sunday night after playing basketball and have time to chit chat, it's more leisure and casual, but if they know, like, and trust you, folks will work with you. DC has tons of.
Hold 1 second. Hold 1 second. I apologize. I don't know why this guy is reaching out to me right now. Okay, great. Whew. All right, sorry. I got a big deal going on in Portugal, and I'm thinking, did you just include me in a Zoom and I'm not there? And what just happened? Okay, I feel better.
Well, our
Sorry.
phones are always buzzing in this business, so that's why.
I know, and I hate to do that when I'm on a phone, but it's such a big deal. I was like, whoo. Okay,
Absolutely.
sorry. So talk about DC, all those things
Yeah,
again.
so there's tons of activities from happy hours to alumni associations.
Yeah, alumni.
Just last week, we opened up a new office in Georgetown, DC, with Coldwell Banker,
Mm,
and I happened to be free during that time frame right around the corner. So I said, "Hey, I'm going to. I didn't plan to go, but I'm here. I'm going to
mhm.
go." And I actually ran into a colleague that I've never met, but we've met over the phone, tried to do deals over the phone together on the commercial side, and we finally
Mm,
met in person. And it's been 3 years.
wow.
So a couple of days later, I have another commercial deal I'm working with, and he's the first person I call to get help with. Hey, I need some help with this commercial deal. Can you help me?
Right.
So just even within your own brokerage, going to events,
I agree.
being out there, put yourself out there. The worst mistake I made when I first got into the business is I didn't want people to know where I worked, that I was also a real estate agent. And that hurt
I
because
bet it did.
there's people that I was close to that knew, like, and trust me that I could have helped at that time. So after several years, I would say probably after 5 or 6 years, I finally was like, what the heck? I'm going in on this thing full throttle. I'm telling everybody. So if people don't know what you do, it's
Yeah.
hard for them to find those opportunities to network and do business. So put yourself out there, go to events. I always keep in touch with my clients. So I get invited to events. I just got invited to some event that's taking place this weekend. So I'm going to go out there and check it out. It's a DC movers and shakers type of.
Oh, good.
And then my wife works in new construction. So there's often times where I can network in the new home
Yep.
industry, going to the different galas. And so I
Sure.
all the opportunities I can, but just put yourselves out there, be social. I have a dog. Go to the dog park.
See? And
They
people love dogs. So you
do.
can get more conversations going with the dog.
Yeah, the dogs are, dogs bring your clients. So
Mhm.
I have a golden doodle that loves people. And so take them on a walk out in Old Town and let's see.
Yeah. That's a great idea. Boy, I think that should be almost be a must for
Yeah.
realtors. If you take a walk every day, if you're out there, take your
Yep.
dog and have conversations. And like you said, you're walking through that heart of that old town, that historic area of town.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people just walking by. Everybody loves a dog. There's conversations that can happen, especially if you're a regular doing that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah,
So one of my things that I plan to do as I work out at the gym is have my shirt on with my name and information.
good
So
idea.
as I'm working out, people see who I am. And then it makes me go often because I want to market myself in that space. Right.
Yes.
So it's a
Yeah.
two, get in shape, meet new clients.
Yeah. Now you mentioned commercial, and I think a lot of real estate agents don't realize just how important having a commercial, a couple commercial people in your pocket. It's a whole different wheelhouse. To do that is risky. I say, let me do it as a referral, and I'm glad to give that to you, and you take it over. And now when you get the residential, you can come to me.
Yep. Yeah, and I agree. So I've done very little on the commercial side, but when I do commercial, I usually will have somebody on our commercial team with me so I can learn.
Oh, gotcha. That's another great idea.
Yeah, so I learned a little bit because my father-in-law has a commercial property. He wanted me to help him find a tenant for it. So I
Gotcha.
went to our commercial folks at Coldwell Banker, watched how they went through the whole proposal process and vetted different businesses that will be a fit for this particular location, how much traffic comes through.
Yeah.
Reviewed the contracts. I'm like, whoa, this is a totally different world. I'm so glad I called you all.
Yeah.
Some agents try to do commercials, and there's so many things that we don't know as residential
Very different.
that you can be sued for.
Yes.
So that's the worst thing you want as an agent is to be sued because, people think agents make all the money in the world. I mean, in fact, now we don't. So you want to hold on to, to what you make because
Yeah.
it costs money to stay in business.
Yes, it does.
You need to market yourself. So I'm always leaning on my commercial contacts. We'll lean on them to do the referral if it's a huge deal. I'd rather just sit on the sidelines, watch and learn, and take the referral fee versus put myself at risk
Me too.
and have some liability there. So
Now, we talked earlier about your hats on the back of the wall, and you're a man who loves them, but you also use it as your branding, which I think is very unique and makes you memorable, right?
yes, they're conversational pieces. So
Yeah.
every time I go to the office, if I don't have a hat on, one of my colleagues, Greg, was like, "Where's your hat?"
See?
I said, Greg, well, I actually have one in the car on the dashboard. I just took it up. And so people know, and I have hats that are, they're kind of bold. So this
I
one
love
is
it.
4-inch brim. You put it on, you walk around town. And every
You
time I
stand
wear
out.
a hat, I stand out. I'm also 6'4", so I'm pretty tall. But I get compliments all the time from all kinds of people from different walks of life. That's a great hat. I love that hat. That's such a nice hat. That opens up the door for more conversation.
Yes. Now, do you do your headshot with a hat on?
I have not, but I will on my next one I think next month I'm doing headshots. So
I would.
I will have a few
I
with me.
really would, because that's your branding. And that's so when people see you, they're going to know, hey, that's that guy. You're going to stand out more than me, right?
Yes.
You're tall, and it would be fun to do some what they call lifestyle photos, right?
Yes.
So it's not just doing a headshot. You want a bunch of different things because you need them for all your social media, right? And I would have some fun stuff. Like if you were standing next to me, you could put your arm right on top of my head and I'd be looking up. That's a fun lifestyle shot. All those things make you memorable. Like he's clearly tall. He can put his elbow right on top of her head and she's not even smushed down. I'm probably on my tiptoes to make it happen. You know what I mean? And all those lifestyle shots, because today, if you are not visible, you are invisible.
Yeah.
And you have to be unique in how you stand out. Me, I got a classic car. I am known for my classic car. And you can hear me coming because she's got headers. She's amazing. And I love it. That's part of who I am. That's the classic car piece. And so we all need our little piece to make us stand out, right?
Absolutely.
That's right. How about, are you doing many videos? I know we talked about it briefly that you were saying you wanted to do more.
Yeah, not as much as I would like. And, just like other folks and anyone else in real estate, you don't like how you look on camera or how you sound. And one day I just got over myself. And so this was probably during the pandemic times. But I was always driving because I had moved to Pennsylvania for a couple of years and I was back and forth. So I was always on the road. So I'm sitting at the Tesla charging station and I do this video with some background to it. So I was basically acting it out and it got like 20,000 views.
Wow.
So no extra takes, just do it natural and get it done and post it. And so I was always worried about it's got to be perfect. And your most natural videos get the most views.
They do.
So what I did to transition myself was I took videos that were already out, and then I had the what they call the remix,
Oh,
with stuff
yeah.
next to it. So folks weren't always just focused on me; they would see the other message,
I'm gonna have to do that.
and that helped kind
Huh?
of get over that fear of how I look on video. So nowadays, like I'll just do one of those if I need to do something really quick. What I want to do more of is the podcast type videos where there's little nuggets. So just
Yeah.
carving out the time, but I'm actually more comfortable now to do the
Good.
videos than I've ever been before because I've started doing them and I've seen how they work.
Yep.
Being in my office does videos all the time, almost like a job. And
That's how it is for me.
he's a top agent in our office and he gets a lot of his business on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for me, most of my clients are not on social media, despite I call myself a geriatric millennial. So I'm 42, but my client ages range from like late 20s to my oldest client is probably 75, 76. And so with my price point and my clientele, a lot of my clients don't care for social media.
Oh,
It's the younger group, and I don't get as much as the younger early 20s to mid 30s as I get more on the other side of that.
yeah.
But you have to, you want to get more of that market share, so you got to put yourself in that space.
Hey, the baby boomers are a
Yeah.
massive audience.
Yeah.
And
So,
we are on social media, primarily Facebook, although TikTok is really picking up.
yes, it is. So my
And
sister is in the
your
business.
professionals,
Oh yeah.
are on LinkedIn like crazy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. And so that was another fear of mine was I had this whole other career and I've been on LinkedIn.
Oh,
And then when folks start seeing, oh, you're doing real estate, did you leave this industry? I'm like, no, I'm still here. And it's associated in the educational industry. And so most
gotcha.
folks in that industry stay in the box. So
Yeah.
for me, I've always been the out the box type of person. So I was like, well, I'm not gonna let you label me as just this one thing. And so now just using more LinkedIn to attract those professionals
Yeah.
that know, like, and trust me. They'll say, oh, I know you've been in DC for a while. I've known you for 20 years. I'm moving to the area. Can you help me find a place?
Wow.
Yeah.
Excellent. Now, how are you working your existing clients? What do you do for like a database? How do you stay in touch?
Yeah, so I actually have two databases. One I use more than the other. So my website is through Luxury Presence. So I put all the leads or people that I'm working with and trying to stay in contact with regularly in there.
Okay.
On my company owned website, we use Moxie. Everybody comes through there. So I'm not on there as much, but I go on there and set up campaigns
Gotcha.
for folks. And then I can move them over to my Luxury Presence website if they are engaged. So
If
it
they're,
allows me to understand who's more engaged than others and then
Mhm.
where I spend my time. So I manage that. I keep in touch with the campaigns, try to see who's opening, you
Yeah.
know, and then follow up with those folks. I do random phone calls. Hey, how you doing?
Right.
You know, just wanted to check in. It's winter time. I know you just bought your house, but I want to make sure that you turned your water spigots off so we don't have pipes bursting over
Oh,
the winter.
great idea.
So just staying top of mind of all my clients, whether they bought with me last year or 5 years ago.
Mm.
Hey, it's springtime. Here's a blog I put on my website to get your house ready for the spring. Don't
Yeah.
forget to change your air filters. Drop off mums or in the fall pumpkins and get
Mhm.
them cheap. One time I just randomly sent candles to a bunch of my clients, past, former, current, uh,
Nice.
because my buddy started a candle business. I wanted to support him, but I also
Oh,
wanted to have an impact and stay top of mind. So every
yeah.
time somebody gets a candle and they burn it, and it was a nice candle. It was a soy free, something similar like
Oh,
this.
yeah, yeah.
My real estate agent got me this candle. And that candle's gonna last, you get about 50, 60 hours on the candle.
Sure, sure.
Time they burn it or somebody comes to the house, oh, it smells nice. Oh, it's this candle. Oh, my real estate agent sent this to me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So just different things like that to stay top of mind. But
Let
those
me
who
ask you
work
this.
with daily, keep them on the whiteboard that I have just to my left. So I
Yeah.
can remember who I'm working with and the addresses, the price points, just,
Yep.
just to stay organized.
Oh, well, I like to see my numbers, like what's happening this month, next month, and the month
Yeah.
after, right? As it all projects out. What website platform do you use?
Luxury presence.
That's the
For my
name.
website,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
through
that's who it
luxury.
is?
Yes.
Is that who we use? We have a luxury division at EXP, and I want to say Luxury Presence is the platform for that too. I use Go High Level for my own website, but I have a different mission with that website than buying and selling homes. But because it has a CRM too, and I can send out large amounts of stuff. But how about AI? What are you doing with AI?
Yeah, so I use a few different tools. I use Copilot, Microsoft, because
Hmm.
it's easily accessible.
Yep.
Very good, and it's free. I use ChatGPT. I've been using ChatGPT for maybe 5 years now. It's been a while.
Yeah.
I hear about it through the young folks, and I go explore, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. And I use Canva, and Canva has an AI feature.
Yeah.
And so the way I infuse AI into my business is one, I generate ideas. Hey, I'm a real estate agent. I want to attract buyers, and I'll create a persona. Buyers in this area, in this age range, with this price point. Give me the best 10 marketing ideas to attract these type of folks. Or to help write a blog. Hey, I
Yeah.
wrote this blog. Can you edit this for grammar and flow? All right. So just to make edits, or can you add some community features about National Harbor, about Old Town, give some historical context, and give it a fun theme. So
Yeah. Yeah.
so it can change the way that people read and
Yep.
experience the information. And so you can spend a few minutes writing a paragraph and then ask ChatGPT to, hey, add some historical context here, do,
And elevate it.
and elevate it, and boom, now you have a blog. Back in the
Yeah.
day, it was like writing an English paper.
Right.
So now we can expedite it a little bit more, but generate ideas, generate marketing ideas, how to attract more leads. I wrote script for
Hmm.
videos or for social media. Hey, I got this video. I want to have a voiceover. Give me a script. Or what are the best hashtags to use
Right.
for this topic to go viral or to get the most exposure? So yeah, I use it every day, multiple
Me
times,
too.
all the time.
Oh yeah, I live on that thing. I ask it everything. So another
Yeah,
good hack on that.
recipes, workout regimes, all kind of things.
Yes. Yes. So one just popped into my head that you could use. You can go to like somebody that's really killing it in your marketplace, and they're putting out either a video or a blog, and they've been putting them out, and they get all kinds of traffic from it. You can take that same, if you took the video, you can take the transcript and you say, write it in my style, repurpose this, write it in my style. So now I've got a blog
Yep.
from me, but there's a lot of good content in here. I want to grab that content, but put it in my style. We're going to repurpose it. I'll get a whole different picture for the top. I'll have my hashtags. Give me the hashtags, and I can go do that as a LinkedIn article.
Yep.
So I've taught mine to take videos that I do. Like, I don't do it with the podcast because I got two people talking, but my regular videos that I do, I take the transcript from that. I have taught ChatGPT. I've got one folder that's named Betty the Blogger. And so Betty, I say, Betty, I want you to go in my style. I want you to take this, turn it into a blog. I want a lot of SEO quality going on in here. I want hooks at the bottom. Reach out to me, and also to go watch that YouTube video in full that I just did it off of. And then once you do that, then I want you to now redo it for LinkedIn, write it for that algorithm. Then when I do an article in LinkedIn, you have to do it as a post. I said, so do a summary post for that. And I said, you know what? I want to do it on Instagram too. So you only get 1,200 words for Instagram. So keep it in that thing and get me the hashtags and the algorithm for that. And then
Yep.
give me the idea of a picture. Give me 4 different picture ideas that I can use for that. Does all of that for me. And so now I just say, Betty, you ready for the transcript? And boom, she pops all that out for me. I friggin' love Betty.
It's like having a virtual assistant.
It's better, I swear. Well, it's free
Yeah.
in
And
that
it's
sense.
free. And then if you get the paid version of
I
ChatGPT,
do.
$20 a month, it's worth it.
It's so worth it. So worth it. Yeah, I use it constantly. I have it doing some research for me right now, and it wasn't doing anything. And I said, hey, are you in there? And it goes, yeah, I'm gathering all this stuff. And I go, okay, just checking.
Spreadsheets, all kinds of things. Yeah, if
Yes.
you're not using ChatGPT or any type of AI, you're definitely working
In the
back.
rear.
Yeah.
You are working backwards, because if you and I are in competition and you're doing it and I'm not, and we have the same call, you're winning.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. By far. Yeah.
You're going to win. You're going to smoke me. So that's what I'm trying to teach these crazy agents out here. Get involved with AI. And I'm doing webinars once a month to teach them how to get started.
Nice.
So that I said I was going to do those once a month. I've already done 2. And I'm like, the end of the month is coming up and I was going to do it at the end of each month. And I'm like, all right, Kathy, because it keeps changing. It keeps evolving.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. I set up a task in ChatGPT. I said at 6:00 every morning, I want you to let me know if you've had any updates and how to do the latest update. Because, and they come like, there's usually like one, if not every week, it's every other week. And it's just leveling up and leveling up and leveling up. So if I taught something a month ago, I got to give you a whole new information now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely a great tool for agents.
Yeah, it's just amazing. Well, any other advice for our listeners that you got for us? Anything pop up in your head?
Sure. I remember getting into the business and someone told me to find who are the best 10, 20 agents out there and look what they do. And one thing I would tell folks is never try to compare yourself to other agents who are doing well. I have an agent that I met when I moved to Pennsylvania that I was referred to work with closely. He closes over 100 deals a year as a solo agent. It's incredible and big personality. And I tell folks who came to the office, you can't compare yourself to him. He has his own algorithm and it works for him and it works. You have to find your own. And so as folks come into the business and they start seeing agents soar, never feel like you're competing with them. Your competition is yourself.
Right.
And I always looked at myself as my own competition. And I remember one time I saw an agent in this area who's very successful and still is. And she said something about part-time agents that I didn't like. And I was like, well, that's not me. And I'm about to show the area in this world, like, you can be a dual career agent and be successful. It's about how you attack it. Look at it as a hobby. It's another job. It's another career, and you have 168 hours in a week. So how are you going to use them? Because there's some agents who are full-time who spend 20 hours a week on their business.
Yes.
So,
well, it's a generalization.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's all about I learned this in college. What you put in is what you get out.
Yeah.
Right. So if you pour yourself into this business and you're dedicated to growing and learning, networking, and helping people, my thing was, I'm not chasing money. I'm chasing purpose. And the purpose of why I got into this business was to help people. I remember being the first time home buyer, all the questions I didn't know. I knew a lot because my wife was already in the business, but there's people out here who are so misinformed about the home buying process or the home selling. As an agent, our job is to educate. And so my whole background in education and higher education came into play where I know how to educate people and I know how to talk to people from diverse backgrounds and cultures and ethnicities and socioeconomic backgrounds. I'm a very approachable and likable person, and I'm very self-aware of how I show up and how others may perceive me. So I know how to show up in certain spaces appropriately. Like, I'm a big, tall person. I don't want to stand too close and hover over somebody who might be 5'3". Now they're feeling intimidated, right? So step back a little bit, and give them space so that we are more eye to eye than we are, well, I'll say eye to forehead.
That's great. Well, man, I appreciate it so much, Kelvin, and you've been a great guest. And we're going to have all his contact information, so be sure and check out his stuff, and you can reach out to him, find him, do business with him. And I just look forward to you all getting it and benefiting. And if you like this, please subscribe below and reach out to both of us. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, buddy. So thanks for joining me on this episode of Real Estate Riches. Wasn't that great? I'm sure you got a nugget or two. I know I did. So if you liked it, please subscribe below, share it with everybody, make some comments. We really find that invaluable. And if you're thinking that you would love to talk about this a little bit more, let's schedule a business strategy call. I'll have the link below. And let's see if we can't mastermind together and see if we can empower each other. That would be great. So until next time, signing off. Hope to see you on the next one.